All right, what's going on? Welcome into Chalk Talk Social. It is Friday, April 10th. And Dianna Russini, what's going on? The latest victim of doing some scandalous things apparently to get her way to the top of the news world and the sports world, caught red-handed with Mike Vrabel at a resort. So that's been a big storyline across the NFL world this week. And then people did some digging because the internet's doing its thing, sleuthing a bit. And hey, we should have known, and we'll get into it more in the news desk. We're gonna rank her bonk moments that she got to chill out a little bit and wouldn't want to be her husband right now. But hey, Iman, good to have you back, man. What's going on?
Hey, you heard Wayne when he said hoes gonna be hoes, so you couldn't blame Tammy. That's what Wayne said. I mean, listen, you can't blame them because they just gonna do what they do. But I'm glad to be back, y'all. I know listen, it was a long day Monday. So I started I'm at a new school now, man. And it's
Oh, really?
I'm back in elementary, man, and the schedule is just killed. But anywho, I'm back. I'm here to talk shit. Duke fan. I mean, I am a UNC fan, so it might be
We'll
a
get
little.
into
It
it.
might be a little smoke today. It might be a little smoke. That's why I got the hookah out. I might save
Okay.
some of it just for the hookah and not him because I don't know him and I don't want to attack him. But Duke and UNC fandom is real.
It
Like we
is, yeah.
hate each other.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a Badger guy, but I've always preferred UNC over Duke. But that's just me. Yes, as you preface, we do got the Duke fan join. It'll be good. It'll be our first college basketball fan. Checking out his Twitter, he knows college basketball well. Does a lot on it. So excited to do that. And then of course we'll get into the news desk on everything else going on. So why don't we just get right into it? Let's get our Duke fan on the show. Let's kick off that conversation and kind of start getting into all of that stuff. So today we got Carter joining us. Carter, big Duke guy, big college basketball guy. Appreciate you making some time. How we doing?
Doing great. I would be doing better if Duke didn't choke in the Elite Eight, but happy to be here talking ball.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm again told you earlier. I'm a Badgers fan, so I feel like I'm allowed to say this. But it seems like you're getting used to the whole choke feeling since Coach K's gone away, and I mean, even towards the end there, like they haven't won a championship. I mean, besides the one they got in 2022 was the last one. Otherwise, that before that was like 2015, I think. So it's not as consistent lately for Duke fans. How are you guys holding up?
I don't want to talk about 2022 either. We got a Carolina fan here, apparently. I don't want to talk about 2022.
It's all good. It's all good, man. Listen, you got a little further than we did this year, so we had to go and get Huber up out of there, and Mike Malone's going to bring the glory back. Hopefully, if nothing else, he'll bring a well-coached team back. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it's hilarious because Carolina, they blow the 19-point lead to VCU and whatever. It was the best thing that could have happened to Carolina basketball because every Carolina fan was watching this team the last few years going, look, I like Hubert, Carolina guy, Carolina family, but at the end of the day, you knew Hubert wasn't the guy.
Mm-hmm. That seemed to be like that kind of seemed like there was a consensus. And Iman called it a week before he got fired. He was saying pink slip his ass, get him on out of here. And then he was gone. So I just wasn't expecting the Malone to be the hire, to be honest. He's got a good track record, and I was surprised that he took that job and like he wouldn't have stayed in the NBA type of thing. So that was kind of interesting. Did you were you hearing any rumors around that one about who it might have been, and were you surprised it was Malone?
I thought it was going to be Billy Donovan. Told multiple times they were going after Billy, but then Billy said, I wanted to wait until after the season ended and wanted more time. But like, dude, the portal's open. You got to be going right now. Like these guys are getting recruited right now and over the last 2 months, honestly. So if you're not in the portal right now, you're way too late already. And so you couldn't really wait on Billy Donovan. So you had to get your guy. Mike Malone surprised me. I don't know if I hate it or like it. Like as a Duke fan, I mean, I loved going against Hubert because I mean, come on, like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Hubert has the best win of the rivalry, so I guess I can't take that away. But at the same time, like it never felt scary going against a Hubert Davis team. So
yeah, it seems to be the consensus. I mean, before we get into the good questions, do you have a moment from your Duke versus NC like fandom that stands out throughout your time as a fan?
I'll go positive, negative. Let's go negative first. I was in the building for the 2022 Final Four game in New Orleans, and so went with some Carolina fans as well. Ended up on Bourbon Street till about 3 a.m. and stone cold sober on Bourbon Street at 3 a.m. after the worst loss in your school's history isn't ideal.
Oh no, man, I'm getting a little sick just listening to that. That sucks.
But positive one. I was in the building for Zion team that won in the ACC tournament against UNC, so that was cool.
That was pretty good. Was that the year that Zion came out the shoe? Yeah, he came out the shoe that year because he was only there as a freshman, right? Yeah. Man, his time in Duke was one of the most like iconic college careers for 1 year that in recent memory. There's been a lot of them, but something about Zion, it's kind of sucks and unfortunate how it's played out in his NBA career because we thought, rightfully so, that was going to be the next, him type dude with how his Duke stint ran.
It sucks right now. You watch Zion, you're just like, even though he's playing all these games this year, no one's still talking about him because he's just acting all, look, I'm a fat guy myself, but he's acting all fat and lazy out on the court right now. It just sucks watching it because you see the potential, you see how awesome he can be. Clearly, he just doesn't care about basketball right now.
Yeah, no, it's tough. Well, let's get into it. We can kind of stay on the potential side of things. Duke, all these years, all these great teams, lots of potential across that roster, good coaching. So, again, like you mentioned earlier, another season they fall short. Don't live up to expectations despite possibly having the best player in the country in Boozer. What are Duke fans talking about or like attributing to like the struggles to make another championship or shoot like, be a perennial Final Four team again?
Yeah, I think my thing is, I don't know how most Duke fans are feeling, but my thing is I just think Duke's got to figure it out at the point guard spot, where you look at all the Shire teams he's had where you haven't felt truly great about the point guard position his entire time at Duke so far. And that's ultimately what it came down to against UConn. Like, I know all these coaches and everyone says, oh, it doesn't come down to one play. Well, actually, it kind of does, man. Like, Caden Boozer, great dude, nothing against him personally or anything. But at the same time, you got to hold on to that ball. You got to make the right play. You can't turn over the ball in that kind of moment. And that just kind of epitomizes what Shire's run has been, where it's been lack of point guard play.
I could see Iman on the couch when that turnover happened, probably pants off around the room dancing, something stupid.
I mean, listen, when you got Duke, you just had to know it was going to happen. But like you said earlier, Boozer is probably a for sure lottery pick. But as a Duke fan, and honestly, do you think, because I'll give my whole thing on Boozer right after you, but do you think Boozer is the best player in this year's draft?
No, I don't. I think AJ DeBansa is. I think he undoubtedly should be the number one pick in the draft. Or the guy who's 6'9", he's like a 6'9" Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out in the court. I get that people are gonna be so frustrated with the foul baiting stuff that AJ does once he gets to the league, but he's gonna walk into the league average 25 a game right off the bat, depending on what franchise he goes to. So I'm all in on AJ as the number one pick. Boozer, I mean, I think there's a world he goes anywhere from like 2 to 4, 2 to 5. And so I kind of compare Boozer to a more athletic Kevin Love in the league, where I don't think Boozer's going to ever be the number one guy on a title roster, but in the right system with the right players around him, with all NBA guys around him, he's a championship type player.
Yeah, he got a couple All-Star games in him, I think. Maybe I could see a three All-Star game career with him. Even what do you think? I'm surprised it's a 2 to 5. I'd be curious. I mean, I think I know a couple guys who we'd put ahead of him, at least for sure. DeBansa, Kansas cat. Why am I blanking on his name right now? Peterson. Yeah. I mean, the health thing, of course, is a big thing with him. Before we get into who would you take over Boozer?
Me or Carter?
Either. I mean, either of you. Carter, if you want to answer.
I don't think Boozer make it to 5, but I mean, I'm more on Peterson, AJ. Depending on who's 3. They need a point guard. Darius Acuff is probably going to go before Boozer. I'm with him. I think Boozer's going to be a quality guy. Now, I think he'll have a better career than people expect just because of his dad. His dad knows the league. He's going to tell him everything he needs to know from day one. I think he's going to be the most prepared. But I just think that bully ball is not going to really work in the NBA because everybody's big. everybody's even way more athletic than him. I think he's going to have to develop a better jumper in the NBA. So I think he'll be a solid, like he said, Kevin Love on the championship team. But I do think he'll probably be a double-double guy from day one. He's going to be able to run the offense. He's going to be a guy who's going to do all the right things off the court that allow him to stay on the court. Because like I said, his dad just been in the league, knows what he's been doing. So yeah, but it's not 3 guys that I would take before him. It's 3, but after that, if he's at 5, somebody's GM need to get fired. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Wait, you're saying no Caleb Wilson above him? I'm surprised.
Nah, because see, the thing with Caleb Wilson is he's still raw. He's super athletic. I think Boozer has a better jumper. I think Boozer has a better grip of what the NBA game is gonna be. Just compared to how he played this year and how he defers. He's a team guy. Being a UNC fan, Caleb is an athletic guy. I think he's going to take 3 years to develop in the NBA because everybody in the NBA is athletic. Everybody in the NBA can jump. Everybody got long reach. So I just think Caleb's going to need some time. Boozer's a more complete NBA guy right now.
I agree. I'm with you too, and I worry about Caleb Wilson developing that jump shot because, like you said, like everybody has length, everybody has the athleticism in the NBA, but he's not, like you said, with kind of Cam Boozer, where it's like you can't just rely on your athleticism solely once you get to the NBA. You have to keep people honest with that jumper.
Yeah, and I think, and what I like about Boozer is I think he's, not a ton of volume as a 3-point shooter, but he's not been bad as a 3-point shooter. So there's definitely levels to his game that I think if you're just doing between him and Caleb Wilson, there's more potential for a well-rounded game with him that I think he can further develop that 3-point shot because it's already there, definitely more than it is with Wilson. So I think I like that aspect of his game. But yeah, I could see depending on the team, like you said, Iman, like Acuff, the dude is so nice, man. I really like him a lot over Boozer. But all right. Iman, you got one for him?
Next we're gonna go. So and we talked about this earlier. Did Con Canepa or Cooper Flagg? I think Khan's going to be, well, I don't know. If you've seen Cooper Flagg these last few games, goodness fucking grief. He's going to be a superstar, but we had a debate a few weeks ago on who's going to be Rookie of the Year. Consistency to me, Khan, but these last few games, I mean, he scored 100 points in 2 games the last I think 3 games ago, but who do you think Rookie of the Year will go to this year?
I have no idea. It's just like you watch right now, because it's so weird. It's like, okay, how do you kind of judge it where Con Canepa's what, the 3rd or 4th option offensively for the Hornets, but he's still putting up, close to 20 a game, and he's playing winning basketball, and he's playing it. The differences between those two guys, in my opinion, is Con's playing in meaningful basketball games. Cooper's kind of playing in glorified AAU games a bit where it's, hey, let's clear out, let Cooper Flagg go to work all game long. Let's boost up his stats and everything. So either way, I'm not going to be mad who gets it, but I would go Con Canepa if I'm being honest.
Good. This feeds into our agenda. We've been a Con Canepa agenda pushing podcast the last month or so. It seems like I was telling you before, we had a Hornets fan on too, and he's also was pushing the Con agenda.
Yeah, I mean, well, you look at Con Canepa, think about the Charlotte Hornets. Everyone's in love with the Charlotte Hornets all of a sudden now and how great the Hornets are and how fun they are. The Hornets, my entire life being a Hornets Bobcats fan, was the laughing stock of the NBA. They were a joke. They stunk. They were awful. Everybody trashed on the Hornets. I've never seen them win a playoff series in my lifetime. And then now, all of a sudden, Con Canepa comes in this year and everything changes. Even though I understand these guys are healthier this year, LaMelo took a leap and everything, and Brandon Miller's been awesome as well. Like, not discounting that. But at the same time, like, a lot of that does come down to Con Canepa coming in, being that connector and being that piece that opens everything up for everybody else.
Yeah, and I mean, just one of the most historic shooting seasons for a rookie ever. And I know
Crazy.
Flagg's got way more volume, which doesn't always mean everything. Like, if Con had the same volume, doesn't mean he would have the same efficiency. His efficiency's off the chart. For a guard is insane, which we have to take that in consideration. He leads, he's got the Hornets all-time 3-point record now as well, passing Kemba. Man, I'm surprised. Good for you for sticking through the Bobcats years, because, man, those jerseys were ugly. And I like Emeka Okafor now. And they had, who was the big cat from UNC that they had down low? Was that May? Was that what was it?
Sean May.
Sean May. Yeah, he was nice in college too.
He was bumming the NBA. Yeah, he was a bum in the NBA.
Raymond Felton. Just some names on that team, dude.
Some big guys on that.
Oh, that's fun. It's good for you for sticking through. I mean, interesting to hear Duke's fan opinion on who's going to win it. Because I mean, the fact that both are Duke guys, played together, didn't win a championship together, of course. Which is crazy. You got the two best rookies in one of the best rookie of the year races in a long time in the NBA, where teammates on a team that didn't win a championship that's absurd if you ask me.
Couldn't inbound the ball against Houston. It is what it is.
It is what it is. All right. So kind of on these things with, great team stacking up. We talked about the NIL recently and how it's impacted college basketball, obviously football as well. I've personally been a fan of its impacts on college basketball more than football. It's obviously changed the game. We were talking about it because of March Madness. We're seeing less Cinderella stories and less of those, Cinderella teams making deep runs. And it was all major programs late in this season here. There was no Dusty May FAU team in the Final Four. There was no Loyola Chicago making a deep run this year. Like those teams kind of died quick. It was a lot of Big Ten, Big East, and the normal players. You're a big college basketball guy. What's kind of been your whole take on the NIL era in college basketball being such a one and done type sport as is? What's your take on all of that?
Yeah, I think it's great overall in the meantime, but then it's like right now you open up Twitter and 400 new guys just hit the portal every 5 minutes, and it's impossible to keep up with. And college football is an even bigger disaster, kind of like you mentioned, but my bigger problem is these guys have to set up a thing where these guys have to sign legitimate contracts that they can't wiggle out of. They have to be legally binding, and they got to have buyouts in these contracts. So like if a guy goes to Middle Tennessee State, balls out 25 points per game, and Carolina wants to pick him up, they should have to pay Middle Tennessee State for developing that guy. There should be a buyout clause for, $250,000 or $300,000 or something that Middle Tennessee State gets, so then they can stay competitive in NIL as well. I know that the Power 5 conference teams don't want to do that because that hurts them in the long run, but overall it kind of hurts the sport with Cinderellas and everything, and it makes being a low major, mid-major team almost useless in this day and age where you can't keep these guys for multiple years.
Yeah, I think you said it. That's what we were talking about. It's just been a pro sport inside a college sport. These teams like the Middle Tennessee States of the world, they develop the talent, and then the big dogs come in like, we will pay to take them off your hands. And I actually kind of like that idea that these teams, like they're going to become the feeder teams. Like I think a great example on the football side is with Signetti, with James Madison. Like he brought so many James Madison dudes to Indiana, ran it up, and James Madison is still a really good program, but like they don't get anything from that. And then these teams just pick and pick and pick and pick, get the guys they want. The school gets nothing of it besides be like, oh yeah, he used to play here, I guess. So I kind of like that idea though, of the school gets something.
Definitely a great idea. And I'm telling you now, the blueprint is out on how to win a championship. Michigan won basketball, Indiana won, a bunch of old guys. So I'm telling you now, the blueprint is out, and I still love my one and dones because I love my kids who can just go get money, get paid, and then go on and live your life if you're a pro. But to win in college now, you better get in that portal. Better have some NIL money to pay some old guys to come help you win because veterans are winning championships now. Point blank, period.
100%.
Yeah, 4 of their 5 starters were all transfer portal guys, and look at how that worked out for them. Good for Dusty May, man. Shoot, you get the number 2 ranked NIL class or a transfer portal class. Like, I know it's year 2, but it'd be disappointing to have done much less than what they did at this point with that season. Were you expecting Michigan to win it? Or were you pulling for Duke the whole time? Last thing there.
Yeah, I was pulling for Duke, but you can't argue against this Michigan team when they're blowing out everybody by 20 points all season long and, undefeated in the Big Ten on the road all season long. I thought actually Arizona was the best team going into the tournament, and then Michigan walks into that Arizona game and absolutely smacks them around, and you go, all right, well, Dusty May's no joke. This Michigan team's no joke.
Yeah, that was a bloodbath. Actually, I know you kind of BYU. You like talks of BYU and DeBanza. I took BYU going far. I had DeBanza carrying that team a little bit further. That was a big bracket killer for me. I had faith in them, man. I thought they were well enough coached, had enough around, and DeBanza obviously in the region he was in. I thought they were going to be able to do something and make a little bit of a run. That was one of my biggest disappointments of the tourney this year.
Yeah, to close the season, they just quit playing defense. That can kind of sometimes be the wrong side of the NIL coin, where it's like, some guys, if they're there at a certain school just for money, and AJ, I don't believe necessarily it was this guy. Maybe it was some other people in the program or whatnot. But where you just go to a school for the money. Eventually, do you actually care? When the season goes bad and goes a little sideways, no, your check is still cashing. So who cares?
That's a good point. These guys are driving nice cars. All right, let's get into we do this with every fan, and with basketball, we got our all-time lineup plus their starting six. So you're starting five. We got the point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, sixth man. And to preface this, so this is a pre-2005 team, I think you says it. So anyone listening, post-2005. Post-2005. Yeah. So when anyone complains like, oh, how do you not put Leitner in there and all these other guys, that is why we're just keeping it a little bit more recent, because I know there's names pre-2005 that, if we don't preface that, people are going to throw fits and come at throats about that one. So let's start. Point guard, who you got leading this team's all-time starting five?
Yeah, post-2005, want that very clear. I'm going Tyus Jones. This guy was stone cold in every big moment in his 1 year at Duke. He was poised at every single stop. He swept Carolina, won on the road at Virginia, and then did it on the biggest stage in the national title game. I got to go Tyus Jones for my point guard.
Over to shooting guard, who you got?
Shooting guard, we're going to go J.J. Redick. You got to. Obviously, I mean, he's on the Duke Mount Rushmore probably. It's J.J. Redick.
J.J. Redick, all-time shooter. Duke, is he a Duke's all-time leading scorer too? I believe he is, right?
Yeah.
National Player of the Year twice. Yeah, 2005, 2006. Just made the cut for your list. I mean, I think he had, so I pull up a stat on JJ. ACC record for consecutive free throws made. 54 straight free throws made is an absurd thing. And then he broke the NCAA record for career three-pointers made. So there's just no fight in this one. All right, what do we got for a small forward?
We're going Cooper Flagg, one and done. I mean, he was just unbelievable. I mean, National Player of the Year, maybe the best freshman I've ever seen play at Duke University.
Oh man, I mean, would there even be an argument that someone could make to not be Flagg there?
Yes.
Who?
Zion, and I know.
Well, what if we
I know
we could do Zion as power forward, maybe.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I got Zion at the 4.
But no, you were saying just best freshman ever at Duke.
Ooh. Let's get into that. Hold on. Let's get into that after the lineup. Let's get into that after the lineup because they got a lot of them. Yeah, let's do that after the lineup. That's a good one, Iman. Okay. I like that. All right. So we got Flagg, of course, fourth player in history to sweep both the Oscar Robertson Trophy, the Wayman Tisdale Trophy. I mean, joining Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, and KD to do so. Set the Duke record scoring points with 42. I mean, that 42-point game against Notre Dame. All right, who we got at power forward? We kind of prefaced it, but.
Yeah, we got Zion. I mean, it's Zion versus Flagg. I'm sure we'll get into it. The two best freshmen to ever put on a Duke uniform. 1A, 1B, I guess you could call it. I mean, Zion was leading First Take every day. I mean, Zion was the sports talk of going. I mean, it was appointment television every single night watching Zion Williamson play, and carried that Duke team a lot of times.
It was a goddamn highlight reel at Duke, jumping out of his shoes. No one will forget when he came out of his shoes. That was a all-time moment. The dunks was insane. A specimen like we have not seen since, dare I say, LeBron type specimen coming out, where it's just like this type of dude you just don't see growing on trees much. All right, center, who you got?
We're going Jahlil Okafor. I mean, if that guy got the ball at the low block, it was 2 points or you're fouling him. There's nothing else about it. And he was just so dominant in that 2015 season, and being able to win the title and everything. I got to go Jahlil Okafor.
Yeah, the dude was as efficient as it comes. It didn't miss anything. One of the best down low guys we've seen in a long, long time. And he was on that team with Tyus Jones too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Hell of a squad. All right, sixth man, who you rolling out there?
We got to throw my guy Grayson Allen out there, 4-year guy out. Just I mean, every Carolina fan, every college basketball fan just absolutely despised him. He kept the Duke hate going for 4 whole years and took it on the chin every single time. And sometimes it was he deserved it, but I got to go Grayson Allen. I love Grayson Allen.
I mean, yeah, just dirty. Got a couple moments kicking dudes in the nuts type stuff, but hey, you can't deny what he did at Duke. The sophomore year, averaging 21 a game, 41% from three, just absolutely absurd. One of the best players in Duke history. Love him, hate him, and yeah, it feels like he's kind of modern day like Leitner, like you said, like kind of piss people off, make you hate Duke type of guy. Was definitely Grayson Allen, but god dang, could he flick a bucket? That's a hell of a lineup. That might be one of the not many teams can stack up a lineup like that across college basketball. That's insane. And you could probably pick another 5 guys that would make it insane. But great lineup. Before we let you go, now we got to do Iman's debate here. The best freshman in Duke history. Who is it and why? Carter, you go first. How about that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of them too.
So for the debate, I know what I said about Cooper Flagg when I prefaced it. I said maybe the best freshman ever in Duke history. For the debate, I want to say Cooper Flagg, but I don't want to lie to people because what Zion Williamson did was just unbelievable. I mean, you talk about when he goes down with the injury, when his shoe explodes against Carolina, that Duke team was, an average team in college basketball to that point. I know they had R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish, and those guys, but they weren't going to be competing for anything without Zion Williamson. Immediately comes back. They become the number one overall team in the country and should have made it to the Final Four, should have probably won a national title that year. Obviously, you could say the same thing about Cooper Flagg, but Cooper Flagg, I think, had a better team around him, and Zion put that team on his back night after night. And once again, like I said before, I mean, everybody was talking about Zion. Everything was about Zion that year.
All right. So who are you taking Zion as your official guy then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Iman, are we on the same page?
No. So now I do think once again people still gonna give you shit, Carter. I know you prefaced it 2005, and I am a UNC fan, but it's just hard. And I know y'all age every now and then just tells it. First and foremost, I'm just telling you, never go on another show and do a top 5 Duke, I don't care what year, and not have Christian Laettner, because I'm just telling you.
But
hold on, I know
preface.
you've never seen it. I'll be 44 in May. He is top 5 greatest college athlete, all sports of all time. I just feel like you got to say, hey, 2005, I'm only picking 4 people because it's one who's going to be on everybody's list because he is top 5 greatest college athlete of all. We talking gold medal. I mean, national titles. Fucking gorgeous. Probably fucked every girl on campus at the time, or neither here nor there. But best freshman to me, and sometimes, Carter, I preface this because I look at the transition of the game. Paolo Banchero is literally light years ahead of what Zion is right now in the league. We're talking rebound, pass, shooter, just basketball player. To me, I think Paolo, he's just a better player than Zion. I think Zion had the hype with him because he's just the athletic big guy, Showtime. But I just think overall guy, Paolo Banchero is the best freshman I've seen come from Duke. And in the NBA, you can see he's gonna be an all NBA guy soon. I just think he got everything that a game needs. So that's me.
You wouldn't go Cooper Flagg over Paolo?
No.
Whoa.
So now I think Cooper Flagg will end up being a superstar, but I think we got to kind of go freshman year, then first year in the NBA. To me, that's how I'm kind of eyeing it. All right, freshman year, then NBA. You got to think Paolo went to the Final Four. So, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of Cooper.
I mean, Cooper went to the Final Four.
And what did Cooper do there?
What did Paolo do there?
Yeah.
He took you Tar Heel.
I mean, you're right. I'm gonna tell you that they might be neck and neck. I just think his game is better in the NBA suited. I mean, because he can play the point guard. I think Cooper's playing the point guard because Jason Kidd is forcing him to be there right now, kind of get him a feel for the game. I just think if I had to pick one right now, I would go with
freshman.
Yeah, I would go with PB right now over Cooper.
Interesting.
So if we're talking singular Duke season, not in talking the NBA stuff, I would still take Zion's Duke year individually.
Okay.
But with the NBA stuff, I think it's Cooper Flagg, and it's not even close with any of these guys. I mean, he's going to be. He's going to be a first-team All-NBA guy year after year once they start building this Mavs team around him. And with Paolo, I feel like he's going to be a tough guy to build around because not just I think Paolo's a great player. It's they've committed all this money to Franz Wagner, and it's like I don't know if him and Franz necessarily gel. I don't know if that's the right pairing for him, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if on the Duke front specifically, I feel like Leitner. If I had to like put them into categories, I feel like Leitner is probably like the most decorated winner that Duke has ever had. Like, guy got in the tournament and just all they did was win in the Leitner time. So I feel like he's probably the most decorated. I feel like Zion, the most just astonishing to watch. His athleticism and the way he could take over games. I feel like it's hard to say there was not a more like phenom athlete player in college basketball that year or in a long time than what Zion Williams. I mean, he could jump through the roof. He was like Carter said, like just must watch TV. And then I feel like with Flagg, it's like the best NBA long-term career upside is with Cooper Flagg then. So I feel like they're like almost in three different buckets, but if we're just doing like, if I had to just chime in as a third party here, as a loser Wisconsin Badgers fan, I remember watching, I didn't see Leitner. I've seen the other ones and I know Duke's had a lot of them, but I would probably put Zion as like the best freshman season from a Duke guy just because of like Carter said, every day you're watching Zion on TV as if it's freaking LeBron, man. Like it was one of those phenomenons his freshman year at Duke. And it was a highlight reel after highlight reel after highlight reel after highlight reel. And it was a lot of dunks. That's for sure. A lot of dunks, but like who doesn't love dunks and alley-oops? I mean, it's the best part about basketball practically. But all right. I think it's a good one. I'm happy we had that conversation.
Hey, we can talk Frank Kaminsky too here, man. I love the Hornets, so.
Oh, dude, I love Kaminsky. What a shame that career didn't pan out as good as it could have been, man. And what a shame that Sam Decker didn't stay one more year with Wisconsin. He left 1 year too early. I don't think he should have left when he did, and we probably would have been back there if he stays one more season. I don't think he was NBA ready, and it proven he was out of the league pretty damn quick.
That's what sucks for the guys like that, though, because a guy like Sam Decker in an NIL era, that dude's getting like $4 or $5 million, and he's staying in college.
But back then he had to take that money because, like you said, he was. And granted, he probably was still getting paid under the table, but it wasn't like to the tune of $4 million. So anytime you get a chance that they say, "Hey, you can make this money," but I'm with you too, Austin. He may should have stayed, but
I mean, he didn't surpass Kaminsky yet. Like Kaminsky was the guy. Decker still had he was really good, but he stays one more year. It's like if D Wade would have just stayed one more year with Marquette, and D Wade had a better case for leaving because he was way better. But Decker stays one more year. He's the guy. He's probably boosting his draft stock because he's the number one option. He's getting a super mad volume that Kaminsky's not there anymore. And like I said, the Wisconsin Badgers are still good enough. If they had Decker, they're probably making another deep run. And unless he got hurt, I don't see that there's any world where Decker doesn't boost his draft stock by one more year. There's always a risk of getting hurt. And when someone tells you you're going to be a top 10 pick, it's hard to be like, yeah, I'll go back to college, especially college basketball being what it was. So can't hate him. It's just my Badgers fandom is just angry. Always going to be angry that he left too soon. I think it's just a damn shame. I just want one, goddammit. That's all. All right. Well, Carter, I appreciate you making the time, man. Great talking Duke ball with you. Good talking college basketball. Now that the season's over, I'm glad we were able to get something in on the college basketball front. I know you do some pods and everything, so why don't you call it kind of the stuff you're working on?
Yeah. So we do a show. It's on CarterCast YouTube channel. We'll do NBA pods. We'll be doing instant reaction, live reactions during the NBA playoffs and everything, and then doing a bunch of college basketball stuff over there as well. And I'll be doing a bunch of pods on the Field of 68 Media Network as well, so check that out if you're a college basketball fan.
It's good to know. Yeah. All right. I appreciate you making the time, Carter. Good having you on, man.
Hey, appreciate it.
All right. We'll see.
Yep. I'm telling you, it don't matter if you preface it, man. Those folks them Duke fans. I'm telling you, y'all. I get it. He's young, but they're gonna be like, man, you better fucking listen. I lived through the Christian Laettner shit. Y'all think Zion was a rock star?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think Christian Laettner was on the dream team.
True. True.
The dream team, Christian Laettner.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he was a fucking rock star. Now that is he deserves like a 30 for 30 because he was kind of a bum in the NBA, man. And I wonder what happened, why his game didn't kind of translate. But shit, I remember them last shots and his dominance, and I'm telling you, he was a fucking Michael Jackson of college.
He played all 4 years, right? Yeah. He played all because I was gonna say I think he's got the most.
But everybody back then did.
Back then because I know he's got the 2 championships. I believe he went to a Final Four every year, or maybe missed one, or I think he was there every year.
Yeah, and just how he won that one championship, bro. Like you just can't catch, shoot. I mean, and just nothing but the bottom of the fucking net. Like I said, I was there. I mean, I remember it. Jamal Mashburn and them guys in Kentucky back then. But man, listen,
Jamal Mashburn.
Duke fans is gonna give Carter some shit. They're gonna say never say a top 5.
I know we'll clip it up to make it favorable looking for Carter just to make sure, and then we'll make sure because I mean I think it's tough when Laettner's the only college player ever. I mean, there was the dream team, but like the only college player to be on the dream team, if we want to do that, is insane. Like that's how good it was. But all right, if we got Joey on, we can kind of get into the news desk and start getting into things. Actually, no, hold on. We're not getting into the news desk yet. What am I talking about? Joey, get out of here. I'm just kidding. All right. Before we get to the news desk, my bad, I got ahead of myself. Our series, underrated players going into the 2026 season. It's NFL stuff. We're doing tight ends this time. I got my guy, Iman. If you want to kick us off, if you have an underrated tight end for the 2026 season, something we should be talking about more, a breakout guy, something like that.
So I talked about it a few weeks ago once I got the news that he's leaving. So now he's going to be the number 1 guy in New York. Isaiah Likely will have an awesome year this year. He's been the number 2 behind Mark Andrews, but he's shown flashes of being a super star tight end. He's athletic. He can run. He can jump. I mean, he don't need to block. So I think this year when he's going to be the main tight end, you're talking about a New York Giants team is going to have a good running game with Scatterboo in the back. It's going to have some weapons on the outside with Neighbors coming back. They picked up Mooney. They're probably going to draft another receiver in the draft. So, I mean, it's going to be one-on-one with Isaiah Likely with strong safeties and linebackers and free safeties. He is going to have a season this year. I can bet you bottom dollar because he's just that good. And I'm upset that he's gone, but I think he's going to get a chance to shine in New York this year. So he's my underrated guy who's going to have a breakout season this year.
I really, really like that one for a couple of reasons. Obviously Malik Neighbors is coming back. And I know they got the cat from last year. I'm blanking on his name now. That was a tight end. Anyways, obviously they got rid of Wan'Dale Robinson. I feel like Likely coming into the Giants, he kind of becomes like their de facto wide receiver too. It feels like he's not like that traditional tight end. We know he can make a lot of great catches. Over 50% of his snaps last year with Harbaugh's brother came from the slot. And they're probably talking about it. And one of them's telling the other one how to best use this guy and get the most out of him as like a tight end from a slot rather than like an inline tight end. And with Wan'Dale Robinson gone, their primary slot guy, I think now here slide in a 6'4", 245-pound matchup nightmare for linebackers and safeties to, complement Neighbors on the outside, the Scatterboos, like you said. And obviously the big point, like no more Mark Andrews shadow. He can finally shine, flourish. And I think, he's going to walk in and be the clear-cut tight end number 1 on that team. 4th highest paid tight end in the NFL by annual salary. So it's just like, you don't pay a guy that money to not just make him a huge involvement in your offense. Dart's probably pretty.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Definitely happy because he's a big target and he's going to make some big plays. I'm telling you, man. I was kind of pissed that we let him go because I know Mark Andrews at the end, but I'm happy for him that he's going to be able to get a chance to shine. So yeah, he's a guy that I'm telling people, and I could have went with a few other guys, but that's a guy that I think is going to have a real good year.
Well, I think it's a great one too. We want to talk about underrated. Like no one's putting Likely inside the top 10 in tight end rankings. Look it up. You won't find Likely inside of anybody's top 10, but like there's a real chance. He's got a great chance to finish inside the top 10 if you consider the system, what's around him, the Harbaugh connection. Like I said, you know one's telling the other. Like they're gonna get the most out of him. You pay him that money. You don't pay him that type of money to have him finish as not a top 10 statistical tight end. So I think he's going to definitely finish higher than where he's being ranked right now. So I think it's like a perfect pick for an underrated guy and huge breakout candidate. I'm going to a guy who's a little higher than that. Oronde Gadsden over for the Chargers. Right now he's kind of being ranked in the 8th and 9th range, maybe 10th, 7th at best kind of thing, which is fair. He's a young guy last year, but this upcoming season, I just think he's going to finish much higher than that. The Chargers haven't brought Keenan Allen back. I don't think they do. The fact that they haven't brought him back tells me all I need to know about where they stand there. So that's 80 vacated targets right now. And even if Allen is back, he's clearly not going to have an impact role. So when you look at Gadsden, he had a 3-week stretch last season from week 6 to 9 where he was 4th in the NFL, not tight ends in the NFL, in receiving yards and 4th in receptions. He quickly became a favorite target of Justin Herbert and became one of 3 tight ends ever with 300-plus yards in a 3-game stretch, which led him to being 4th in receiving yards among all rookies through week 7 last year. So the Chargers clearly know how to get him involved. Now you bring in Mike McDaniel to be on this staff, and I think is only going to help elevate how they're going to get Gadsden involved in the pass game and open things up more for him. He was tops among rookie tight ends in yards per route run and first down catches because he's just a wickedly athletic, super fluid dude out there. And he came out of college with a big reputation of very strong contested catches, limiting drops, and something low-key I think is going to help his breakout is they brought in Charlie Kolar, another tight end. They've made him the highest paid blocking tight end in like history. You bring this dude in, he's going to come in and do all the dirty work. Gadsden is the furthest thing from like an inline blocking tight end. He's not that at all. He is a line him out wide, put him in the slot type of guy. So he's trash as a blocker. I see that as an added bonus for Gadsden's breakout potential here so the Chargers can be able to put him in any type of situation they want to and not be forced to put him in line where he's less successful and have to chip and all that shit. Because now you brought in Kolar to do that. And you can run sets with both of them on the field and kind of maximize it and help what you can do with your offense. So for sure. I think that signing helped them too with that one. I don't know if you got anything to add on that or.
Nah, you know, my guy Keandre Lambert Smith is over there. And
I knew you were going to bring him up too.
Listen, he let me know he's been training his ass off this summer, but he said he's going to have a bigger role this year. He said he's excited about this year. He's doing track. I mean, he's training, which he's always trained hard, but he's training as hard as I've seen him train, and he's saying he's going to have a bigger role. So we'll see. Hopefully Gadsden can still do his thing, but I'm telling you, Keandre Lambert Smith is going to have a bigger role this year, so he may take a couple balls from that guy.
That's fair. I like him. Maybe one day he comes on the pod and tells us about his bigger role. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I have no idea. All right. I think we're good to now, Joey. News desk it up. I'm sorry I teased the news desk prematurely here.
Am I allowed to come in now?
Hey, Joey. Yeah, that's my bad. How we doing?
Lovely. How are you guys?
We're doing great. Got some good stuff, and excited to get into the news desk because I know that we got some things on there to really start ripping into.
That we do. All right. First up, Jaguars announcing Travis Hunter full-time cornerback with gadget plays on offense. This was the big debate when he was drafted. Is the offense, defense, both ways? So now they've made this choice. Was this the right or wrong move for Duval?
What do you think?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, clearly, everybody's been telling this guy, hey, I know you think you can do it, but this is the NFL. Go on one side. I mean, I just think they're going to need him more on the defensive side. To me, I think he's going to be very fitted over there because I just don't think he's a great route runner. I mean, he's undersized. I never thought he would last on offense anyway. I've been saying that since day one. Mm-hmm. So, yes, I think he can succeed on the corner side. And, I mean, for him, it's smart. Like, he's been trying to play both sides of the ball since high school, taking a toll on his body. listen, man, just concentrate on one thing. Now, I think his whole popularity will fall because we know defensive corners aren't really just like superstars. I mean, you get him. Sauce Gardner did it, but he's kind of falling off. But, I think his stardom will fall a little bit, but I think he'll have a longer career in the NFL. He'll make a couple all-pro teams being over there, but I think it's smart. Like, just come on, bro. You can't do both sides. Deion couldn't do both sides full time, and he's one of the greatest athletes ever.
Yeah.
So
that's a good benchmark too, a really good benchmark. And yeah, I mean, we talked about with the Jaguars fan. He even said like, I hope it happens this way. And of course, it's coming from Ian Rappaport. He was saying that, they're pretty much committing him full time to defense with some gadget mixing on the offensive side, which is exactly what they should do. Like maybe he gets 3-4 touches on the offensive side, but you focus way over there. The only thing I have to say on this though, if he's committed to one side of the football now, is that is a ton of draft capital to give up for a cornerback. And there's been some really damn good cornerbacks get drafted in the top 10 where you didn't have to give up the number 5 pick, a 2025 second rounder, a 2025 fourth rounder, and a 2026 first round pick for a cornerback. So when you dumb it down like that, that kind of looks like shit then. But I mean, it seems like exactly the right move for where the Jaguars are at. He performed better as a cornerback than he did as a receiver as a rookie. He just looks more comfortable and natural as a corner, effective against the big guys. He was actually a good tackler too. And the Jaguars right now are just so cornerback needy. And, you just look on the offensive side, then without Hunter in the offense on the stretch, the pass game was firing on all cylinders. It took Jacoby Myers, Parker Washington broke out. Brian Thomas is going to get better. They got dudes. And of course, Brenton Strange at tight end, another guy who's, really climbing up the tight end rank. So they got pass catchers all over the offense. They do not have DBs on their team. And you look at Hunter, guys allowed 1 touchdown across his last 1,000 defensive snaps dating back to November 2023. This is where he does his best work, no doubt about it. Elite grades all through college, if you want to look at it that way, like very low passer rating. Just his natural position, man. Like maybe let him return. I don't know. The only downside to this is like you gave up a shitload for a guy who's going to play one position because you thought he was going to play 2.
If he's not Patrick Surtain, Deverell Revis, then it's kind of like, all right, y'all did a lot. But he has the capability to be that, though. So, I mean, he can be – if he's a defensive player of the year, it's worth it because you just can't find those type of guys off trees, especially now that receivers are getting faster, bigger, and everybody's throwing the fucking football 40 times a game. But like you said, I mean, he's going to have to be – he's going to have to be up there for all y'all gave up for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got, if anyone in the league has the potential to do that, he does. I mean, he's renowned for his coverage ability, his ball skills, insane athleticism, speed, the change of direction. Just he's as good as it gets in terms of like what you want out of a cornerback. But yeah, for what they gave up, he better damn well win a defensive player of the year. Or it's just like you gave up too much. What did the Broncos give up for Surtain? Nothing. What did the Jets give up for Revis? Nothing. The Jaguars give up a lot for Travis Hunter, a lot. They don't got to pick this year in the first round because of it. So, I mean, he better be defensive player of the year is all I'm saying. But it was definitely the right move. Joey, you agree? You want to move on? You agree?
It's just fascinating because you mentioned, the Hall of Fame people he's supposed to be, and that's kind of why you drafted him there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't draft, I mean, sure, Devon Witherspoon and other guys have gone early, but you drafted him and traded up because he's supposed to be that Hall of Fame two-way player that is untouchable. So when you're realizing that's not the case, it's a little scary. You're like you said, he better be the best damn corner in the league.
Mm-hmm. That was James Gladstone, young GM. That was his first move, man. Like, it looked kind of like now it's kind of looking like a little bit amateur move there, young blood. But we'll see. It has to work out for what they gave up.
Has to. All right, next on our list here, I threw an extra one in there for you, so not trying to wrinkle you out of this, but I wanted your opinion. So I feel like there's a story that's going unnoticed here in the NFL, and that's that there is a potential lockout for the referees. Oh. And everyone talks about player lockouts, holdouts, nickel and diamond here and there on the player side. But there's currently a situation here where the NFL Referees Association, their contract expires May 31st. If they don't get a deal done, that means these replacement refs are going to start going to all the teams June 1st saying, hello, I'm Mr. or Mrs. Replacement Ref. I'm going to be doing your games, and good luck liking any of my calls.
Oh, God.
And I just wanted your opinion on this because the last time we had it was 2012. This bled into 3 weeks of the regular season, including your Fail Mary in Green Bay and Seattle on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we always bitch and moan about the refs, and now we're talking about the greatness of the league going into a year that could potentially have the three of us on the field in zebra stripes. So scary. So, what are your thoughts?
Well, they're not good thoughts if that's what you're looking for. Like, that really sucks. That sucks a lot. I mean, I can't believe it feels like the NFL is falling behind the MLB in terms of like how making sure we get calls right type of thing. So if they're doing that, they better have a system in place to ensure that their fuck ups, because there will be a lot of them if we do replacement ref shit type thing again, like that there better be a system in place to ensure like we can right the wrong and the games are not being impacted in the wrong way and they're not changing outcomes because of trash calls and missed calls and all these things. They better have a really good system again.
Yeah, I'm starting to just get irritated with all these organizations with all this money being made. They're throwing it around everywhere. And a vital part of the NFL being the NFL is our refs. I don't care how much people bitch and complain. Oh, they don't make the right call. Come on. Those guys are the NFL. Pay them. Like, why do we have to wait? Come on, just pay them. They're worth it. They're part of the game. They're a big part of the fucking game. Let's be clear. They're probably the biggest part of the game. I just feel like it's too much money being thrown around. Y'all on Amazon, Netflix now. Just give them what they're worth. Like, because don't get me wrong. Hey, if they're just calling regular people, I'll go take them 6 figures and ref a game. Now, I may not ever pull my flag out, but I'll go get some of that money, man. But I'm just tired of these organizations just being fucking greedy, man. Everybody at the top want to just keep winning. Just pay the refs. Give them more money. They need it. Like, y'all should have been redid their deals. So, because, like, I'm with you. I don't want to look at college or high school referees reffing the NFL. It's going to be bad. And if that's the case, just don't have referees. Just let it be gladiator football, but pay the fuckers, man. God.
Yeah, I mean, to your point about just the money that's flowing in. I mean, this is another news in the NFL is the Justice Department opened an investigation into whether the NFL is violating anti-competitive practices with its TV contracts that we know, like you just said, requiring us to pay all these subscription costs for all these different platforms just to freaking watch football, man. Like, it's an affordability crisis for us. They're creating all these different playing fields for providers. So the NFL is just on its bullshit, nickel and diamond, making things worse for the consumer and for the people trying to get involved. Meanwhile, it's like, it's just like baseball. Just pay your freaking people, man. It's not that hard. Do right by the sport that makes this shit go around. So don't, please, begging NFL, do not let us have replacement refs. Please get NFL's version of an ABS system in some way, somehow, and make sure, if we're going to have worst come to worst, that the challenges are, we got rules in place so teams can challenge shit more. There's more freedom and stuff that they do now. We got more ways to review things, at least, because otherwise it's going to be unbearable, man. And it's already bad. Like, it's already tough with how refs are doing their shit. And these are the best. And they already have so many misses and bad calls. It's like, we can't get worse. It, for the sake of the sport, cannot get worse. I hope they figure that out. Now I'm depressed. Thanks, Joey. Love that.
You're welcome. All right, we'll switch into basketball then. We'll make you happy. The Thunder lock up the NBA's best record and the #1 seed in the West for the 3rd straight year. When are we calling this group a dynasty? Like, they're getting up there with some of these teams. If they had a few more championships, man, oh man, from expansion to dynasty, it's pretty remarkable.
They regular season dynasty right now. But
Right.
they don't have. They only got one ship so far. They need another one until if they get it this year, I'm gonna throw them in the dynasty thing. No, 2 in a row. No, okay, 2 in a row with 3 straight seasons of being the best team in the NBA. Okay, Iman. Then what do you put them in the dynasty talks?
4. They're gonna have to win 4. I mean,
4.
just with me. I mean, yeah.
And how many
just
years?
With me,
5, 6 years? 6 years?
6 years.
Okay.
6 years. I mean, I've just been around for the Bulls. I've been around for the Lakers. I've been around for the Spurs. I've been around for Golden State. So, I mean, because the Miami Heat weren't a dynasty. They only won 2. You just didn't get it done. So I couldn't call them a dynasty. Now they're a dominant team for sure, a dominant team, which I think. Listen, as much as I keep watching NBA, I just don't see anybody who can beat them 7 games. So I do think they'll win it this year. But no, y'all gotta pump your brakes on the dynasty now, because that takes rare air.
Okay.
For that.
Okay. I'll go. Okay. I retract if they win. I'm going to retract. I think I'm allowed to do that. Have a mulligan. If they win this year, I won't call them a dynasty. But if they win next year and they go 3-peat, I'm tagging it. I'm tagging dynasty if they go 3-peat for sure. I mean, if you think about where they're at right now, they became just a 6 team with a 3-season streak as a top playoff seed since the NBA went to the 16-team playoff in 1983. The other 5 teams are dynasty teams. It's the 84-88 Celtics, 84-90 Lakers, 96-98 Bulls, and 2008-2010 Lakers. And then, of course, that 2015-17 Warriors. All those teams won multiple championships in their spans of winning. And only the Bulls and the Warriors have recorded more wins over a 2-year span than what the Thunder have done with 132 regular season wins the last 2 years. So you win a ring this year, they become the 5th team in NBA history to have the league's best record and win the championship in back-to-back seasons. So that's why I was like, maybe they've done enough to get it.
Yeah, and I think the older they get, all that buddy friend shit going in. Some people gonna want to be. I'm telling you, some people gonna want to be the front runners. They're gonna want to get the money. And listen, this is the real key. Mr. Wemby's coming. You got one more year before he's really like, all right, enough of this shit. It's my time. So best believe Mr. Wemby's coming. So you better try in these next couple years. But I just think all that friend, once they grow up a little older, get a few of them guys get older, I'm telling you, it's not gonna last.
Okay. I think, man, we gotta add one about the Bucks and that turmoil going on with the Bucks right now to the news just before we leave. But Iman, I wanted to pose this to you because you've seen a lot of these, most of these. I'm not gonna try to age you that bad. I want to know where you think the Thunder line up against the dynasties then. And if they would win in a 7-game series, why or why not? Like, so the 86 Celtics era, the Bird era, would OKC, this team, beat that team in a 7-game series?
They would beat the fucking brakes off of them. Yes. Outside of Larry Bird, they're just too athletic. They're too deep. They would beat the shit out of them.
Okay. Then let's go.
They're not beating the killer. Don't even bring it. I think it's going to be disrespectful if you bring Michael Jeffrey Jordan's name. They would never beat Jordan, Rodman, Pippen.
No.
Just Jordan is
nobody's beating. There was no point even getting into that one. That one's pretty obvious. Even the Warriors at their peak weren't beating that team. Anybody.
Shaq in 2000, they're going to get killed. They're not beating that team because, I mean, you got the most dominant Shaq ever. You got the Mamba. So, no, I don't think – no, not them.
What about the Showtime Lakers then? What about the Showtime Lakers era?
They might could have got him because Cap was on his last legs. I think Cap was a little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a little older in his game. I don't know though. Magic was a 6'9" point guard. I think OKC it's hard to compare. I think OKC is way more athletic now than they were because those guys were little. James Worthy's and them was still a little older. Magic is that Magic was great though. I just think
SGA's got good perimeter defense too, man. Like he's good.
Check is 6'9", though. Lou Dort would have got, because back then Magic's just gonna back you down full court. I just don't think nobody was checking Magic in that era, but it would be close. I think it would be close, but I think Magic was just I don't know. I don't know.
What about what about the 2015, 2017 Warriors team with the
I think they beating the Warriors. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? Prime Steph, prime KD, prime Draymond, prime Clay.
Draymond would be neutralized because his
Andre
game.
Iguodala, he was balling.
Yeah, but Draymond's game wouldn't translate. I'm telling you, that them young kids in OKC are feisty defensive players, and we've seen Steph when the defense really get tight on you and they learn you. Yeah, I think they would have got one. They would have got one against that team. I'm telling you, they would have got one against. They're so deep. I'm telling you, they're just so deep. So yes, I think they would have got. Yeah, they would have got Golden State.
And then the greatest dynasty in NBA history, Celtics, Russell era. Do they win any of those against them?
Man, they beat the shit out of Bill Russell and them plumbers, man. They would have beat them by 50. I'm telling you, listen. Bill Russell won't doing that to Chet now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They would have beat John Havlicek and all of them. No, it's not gonna work. Yeah, they would have beat the dog shit out of them. Yeah,
that would have been. I'm glad we did that. I was curious to see how you're gonna say on all these. I feel like that. I think they can put a lot of perimeter pressure on a lot of these teams. I think some of these teams, like you said, Shaq, too physically unstoppable for what this team's got. And then the Jordan, Magic, Kobe's are just as good as SGA is, man. He ain't better than Prime Jordan. He ain't better than Prime Kobe yet. I don't know if he'll ever pass that. As good as SGA is, Prime Kobe, Mamba era Kobe, like let's be very clear there. And then
they're going to neutralize his offense because Jordan could play, clamp defense now. Kobe could play clamp. So SGA is getting taken out of the game with Jordan and Kobe. I'm just being honest.
Williams is nice. They got this current team's got nice players when you think about it. And you
Rodman against Chet.
Well, let's be honest. No.
Couldn't handle Rodman.
We don't even got to talk about that Bulls team. There's no chance in hell they're winning that series. But respect to what this team's doing, right? They're benching all their starters in the fourth quarter. They're beating the brakes off good teams with their backups out there, and they've had injuries to a lot of the dudes on their team. They're just still winning basketball games like nonstop, a month straight of winning with different shit going on. So this team is really, really good, man. But some of these dynasties, I don't know. I think I would take them. Oh man, the Warriors one is what I'm tripping up on right now, because I was like, yeah, I'll take this Thunder team over the Warriors, but now I'm thinking I don't think I will. Joey, I don't know if you had any thoughts before we move on.
Yeah, it's so tough. I feel like with baseball, you can go back in history and compare teams. Basketball, it's such a different game.
True.
The athletes are so different. Yeah. Like Iman said, the plumbers, right? It's like, the guys down the street and Bill Russell against top tier talent.
True. All right. That's fair.
It's tough.
It's fair. All right. What's next?
Well, did you want to do your Bucks or the last one on our list?
Well, the Bucks thing is the Giannis era is over, man. And this sucks. Jimmy Haslam, Browns owner, they let him get his hands on the Bucks, his slimy, greasy paws on the Bucks. And this man's an organization killer. We've seen it from the Browns. As soon as his paws got on the Bucks, what happens? Doc Rivers is in the building, and Doc Rivers, that fraudulent piece of scum of a basketball coach, drags his team down into hell. And now we're to the point where Giannis officially not suiting up for the Bucks' last home game of the season. He was been saying, like, I can play, get me out there. It was more like underlying. He wanted to play one more home game with both of his brothers on the team. Got shut down for it. The Bucks are saying he's hurt. Giannis is saying he's healthy. It's become extremely toxic with how this whole thing has ended. Actually, someone made a good comment on the YouTube about Derrick Rose and how it ended with Derrick Rose in Chicago. It got really toxic. There was injury stuff. The organization and the player just weren't on the same page. The coaching situation. It's the same exact thing with the Bucks, except D Rose just got rid of way earlier than the Bucks got rid of Giannis. But it's ending the same way D Rose ended with the Bulls, where all the fans are not ready to move off Giannis for the most part. And it's like the organization and the coaching dragged this thing into unrecoverable territory for a guy who is through all bullshit for 7 straight years of Shams and all these scumbags trying to be like, oh, this is the year Giannis is leaving. This is the year Giannis is leaving. He kept coming back, kept believing, kept giving his all to this franchise and just balling out every single year just for Doc Rivers and Jimmy Haslam to come in and take it all away and let them run this thing in the dirt. Now Doc Rivers are saying he's not coming back next year, which is like, thank God. He shouldn't have been back after year one. He shouldn't have been there the first place. Guy's always been a fraud. His only championship is because of the big three, not because anything he did. Look at the rest of his tenure. Never made another championship with any other team. Didn't really even get close, not even with those good 76ers teams. So I'm just really salty about how this whole thing is ending. The Bucks are clear to the point where they didn't trade him in the midseason because like we're going to get more of them if we wait to summer. And here we are that Giannis has been shut down for the last home game, and all writing is on the wall that it's over. He's gone. This has gotten really toxic, and it's just a shame. Now Giannis is saying how much he loves Joe Mazzulla and what he's doing over there in Boston. So it just sucks, man. Kind of the unfortunate way for this in the end. Didn't go off right in the sunset. And Jimmy Haslam and Doc Rivers, I hope you're happy. I hope you're really fucking happy with what you've done here. That's who I'm blaming. And put on my tombstone, Jimmy Haslam and Doc Rivers sank the Giannis era. That's all I have to say on it.
Yeah, but you didn't want another fucking Giannis brother in town. Like, he got the younger brother on the team now. Come on, man. I think it's time for them to get him up out of there because, goodness grief, we're not going to put your fucking – next thing you know, you're going to be asking his mama to get on the team. No, your time is done here. But can you be mad? Y'all got a championship out of it.
We did, but it was so underwhelming. And I think the problem is we would have, I'm again, another thing, put on my gravestone. We win another championship if Chris Middleton doesn't get hurt every single playoffs. Like, he played like prime Jordan in some of these games, how he was shooting. He was so silky and so pivotal to these playoff games. Then he would just be hurt. The guy was out there sweating buckets, but he couldn't stay healthy. And it cost us every single playoffs, man. So big bummer. We did get one. I got it behind me because probably never getting another. Once Giannis leaves, man, I'm not convinced how much longer the Bucks are in Milwaukee, if I'm just being totally honest.
Nobody wants to play in Milwaukee, though, so it's about time. Y'all need to sell the team. It's like, shit.
That was kind of the thing. They said if you don't tear down the Bradley Center and you don't got Giannis, then this is kind of it for you guys. So that's why they built the new stadium. Giannis got the bag, whatever he wanted, blank check, and the Bucks were able to stay in Milwaukee. But now that he's gone, man, it's going to – I feel like – I don't know. I think obviously got the new contract at the new stadium. I think it'll go on for a while, but I think once that contract is up or something happens, if they don't got a Giannis type superstar again, I'm not convinced the Bucks are in Milwaukee significantly longer, and because the NBA is going to get an itch that they've been waiting to scratch for years, decade plus, to get the Bucks over to another big market, Vegas, something. I know it's coming up, the expansion stuff, but whoever doesn't get it, they're going to be trying to pry away a team to a small market team to get in a big market. And without Giannis, man, sucks. Fuck, sucks. It's an end of an era, man. Really over. It sucks. But all right, that's my piece. I just had to get off my chest.
All right, last one for you guys. We'll bring it on home with the story of the week: Dianna Russini and Mike Vrabel, the love affair that keeps on giving. Or not. As everyone knows, this week they were caught in a Sedona hotel, holding hands, hugging, getting all nice and close. Photos were shopped around to different outlets. It's like paparazzi or, a PI's into this. Who told them they'd be there? It's kind of a crazy, wild story on two fronts, and I'll let you guys get into it. But it's, the affair side of things, right, with the two of them, and then the journalistic side of what your role is as a reporter and a coach. So I can set the scene only so much. I'll let you guys take it away for what's been Twitter's favorite topic. I'd say, even with March Madness, this one's blowing up a little more this week.
I'd be just a little confused on people in 2026 now. It's cameras everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You're a superstar of a big franchise. You're a huge guy. I just don't think they're sneaking. I just think they don't give a fuck now. And it's like, and listen, the pussy got power. So Mike Vrabel, you just let the pussy take over you. And listen, I've been there before sometimes. Not not now. But I've been there before, late nights in them hotels, few drinks in you. You just accepting anything. And because she's not bad. She's not even a bad bitch. So, but she's not bad. So, but sometimes you just take what you want. And I mean, shit, I ain't mad at it. But I don't think they were sneaking because there's cameras everywhere now. You cannot hide. You cannot sneak, especially out in the open. So I don't think they care. I just think she's just like, hey, fuck it.
I mean, she's been leaving the breadcrumb trail for many a years for us to pick up on that. She belonged. Dianna Russini, she might do an okay job as a reporter and stuff, but we got to be honest. She belongs to the street. We got to get a checkup on her husband, make sure he's good or not. I'm pretty sure he probably hired a private investigator because allegedly, rumors started in 2015, right after she joined ESPN. The then Redskins, now Commanders, the GM at the time, his wife accused her of a very inappropriate relationship with him and unexpectedly retracted the statement, saying it was out of line, out of context. Suspect there. She might have been paid off or something, it sounds like. And then I wanted to play a game. We got to get into the bonk meter with Dianna Russini from her horniest of comments. I want a scale of 1 to 5 bonks, 5 being the bonkiest of comments. We got to grade these things because she's been saying some shit. So Iman, you'll give me your bonk grade when I read this. 1 to 5, all right? 5 being the, hey, now. The first one, Dianna Russini quote, "I did things in Miami I still haven't told my husband." How many bonks?
5, guys. That's the worst. That's 5 with a hand should be going across her face. But anywho, go ahead. I'm not promoting domestic violence, but go ahead.
All right, number 2. I'm married to someone average. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd post about them. I'd overpost about them.
Damn, that's rough.
That's cold shit.
I mean, oh my God, 5.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Check up on the husband. I mean, okay, next one.
But I'm gonna tell you though, Austin, I hate to say it, some people just don't care though. I'm gonna be honest. He may be a pimp, like, hey, just bring the money home. What you doing your time don't matter to me. Hey, I'm out here doing my thing too. So, all right, my bad. Go ahead with the next one.
No, that's fine. So next one, I told my husband I need a boyfriend.
It's starting to sound cuckish now, like on some Diddy. No, seriously. He has to see her Twitter.
I don't, or he lives under a. I don't know. Or he's just chained up in the basement or some shit. Because this is weird. Because
nah, man, he gotta see that, Austin. He's just like, just do you, baby girl. Go have. I mean, because sometimes I'm gonna be honest, not all, but most of them, those women that work for ESPN and Fox and all that, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I think she's. I mean, the more this, and then the last one here. Man. The last one here. Her and Mina Kimes were on, I think, the Levitard show or whatever. Mina Kimes asked her, "Why did you take up the saxophone?" And her answer was, "Because it sounded like sex." This was a long time ago, too. Like when this happened, when she said that. She picked up the saxophone at a young age because she thought it sounded like sex. She's like, "Well, I was a good Catholic schoolgirl and I wanted to be bad and go against like my parents and all that shit." It's like, God damn, Dianna, you've been telling us all along that you are for the streets. And
like Future says, she belonged to the streets.
That's what I'm saying. That one to me, that's a big 5 bonks. I usually bonk on all of these. I have a bad feeling that there's some journalistic integrity questions that she needs to answer for, that, ESPN's not saying anything, the Athletic or whoever she's with now not saying anything. Clearly, if she's got a relationship with an NFL head coach with a very prominent journalism thing, there's just like conflicts of interest in play here. And, she wouldn't be the first one sleeping her way into prominent roles and prominent information. She wouldn't be the first. She certainly won't be the last.
And that's why I kind of think it's information, because Mike Vrabel just went on the run. But I mean, Austin, this is going on. So I just feel like in 2 weeks, nobody's even going to care because it's going to be somebody else next. I just be looking at people like, are y'all that dumb, or you that drunk, or you that high? Like, come on, Mike Vrabel, just sneak her through the back, bro. You don't have to be on this type of time with her. I'm just being honest. My room is 426. I left the door open.
Oops. I think because another picture came out like low key, like really indiscreet of them sitting at a bar together. This is after the initial wave of pictures. I'm pretty convinced the husband hired a PI, and this is where all this information is coming from, where all these pics are coming from. Because dude's got the angles, he's got the scoops, and this is just on this one trip. We've got like 5 pictures of them real close, and yeah, both married too. Some really scummy shit, man. Like, so crazy story.
And he probably pressed Mike Vrabel, but Mike Vrabel was like, he's a tough guy. Like, man, I'm not fucking paying you no money for these pictures. Yeah, fuck you.
I'm not stepping to Mike Vrabel. I don't
care.
care.
So I mean, but he probably tried to extort him, like, hey, I got these pictures. I'm going to let him out. Either you pay me or TMZ going to pay me. Which one you want?
I mean, if he did that, they made their choice, and we're both willing to throw their marriage away over it. So I hope it was worth it, because now both y'all got some probably pretty pissed off people back home and families that you gotta look in the eyeball and have a conversation with. And people are like, "Oh, you're taking it out of context." Like, yo, them holding hands in a private pool setting and doing the little huggy stuff and then getting close at the bar, that is not out of context. Anyone with a skull knows exactly what's going on, especially when now we see like all these, of course, the internet's gonna internet. Diana's got all of these tweets and videos of her just being a little bit unhinged with just mad disrespect toward her husband. Like, if I was her husband, like, I don't care what your thing is, like, you're gone. Like, you belong to the streets.
Austin and Joey, y'all younger, but I know you probably heard it before. It's cheaper to keep her. So,
all right,
just let that be what it's gonna be. It is cheaper to keep her. So once you got her, you good. Because if Chalk Talk go and you get caught in one of them hotels, Austin, half. I'm gonna tell you right now, half, maybe 3/4 is gone. So it's cheaper to keep her.
That's a great spot to end the show on. Great information, great insight and perspective to end the show on. So until next week, y'all have a great weekend. I don't know what we got in sports. Probably with baseball at this point. Draft coming up soon. Draft coming up real soon. Get your final rounds of mock drafts in. Until then, we'll see you.